welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting an easy Easter greeting card in watercolor. Just thought it would be a fun little exercise. If you would like, you can download this exact printable outline. I have it included inside of Windswept Watercolor Club. It's a monthly watercolor paint along club where you can get tutorials and outlines ready to go. All you need to do is go on down into the description of this video and I will include a link for more details on how to join, and then you can grab this bonus greeting card. Every month I release a new outline for you to paint. I'll be creating this painting in just a matter of 2 different brushes. Here I have a size 4 and a size 8 in a pointed round synthetic hair brush. I also have just a really basic watercolor supplies kit from Winsor & Newton Cotman, this little Skechers box. So it's really just going to be a simple tutorial today. And let's go ahead and get started. I am going to first actually grab my larger of the 2 brushes, the size 8. So something in a medium size brush will be perfect for this. I'm going to get it nice and wet. And then I have a couple different browns in my palette. All I'm going to do is start to wet. Here I have a burnt umber. And again, you can use all different types of browns that you have and yellow ochres in your own watercolor supplies. So let's go ahead and use a lot of water, grab that brown that you have in your palette, and let's just start painting that. And we are going to paint it in the motion of a circle. So as you know, that nests are going to be in different twigs, most likely. And then that way, if we paint with real thin pressure of our brush, we can start to create those motions that are now being created into the nest, circular nest like this. So let's just make it super simple. Again, just real thin pressure, and you're just going to start to paint thin little lines, breaking it up with little bits of white paper in between, making sure that some of those twigs are jetting off the edges like this. I kind of showed that here in this outline. So again, just real thin pressure. We don't want this to be super detailed, especially if you're just doing this as a brand new watercolor artist. You don't need to worry about too much detail. Greeting cards can be light and airy and just have a lot of fun with this. All right, so there we have kind of the first part of the brown of our nest. I'm just going to get rid of the paint in my brush and just pick up a little bit of water, and I'll go through and maybe just smooth out some of those areas so I don't have so much white showing in between. Something like that. And again, I know I need to do the inner part of our nest, but I'm going to make that nice and dark. So right now I'm just kind of smearing some of that brown paint around like so, till I get it kind of how I like it, like just like that. All right, so to create some depth, I'm going to add in a little bit of a darker brown. So I'll grab my same brown I was working with, and I'll add a little bit of Payne's Gray. If you had black in your palette, feel free to grab some of that. And mix it with your brown, but either way, Payne's Gray and brown work wonders together. This is what I'll use now to just kind of start to drop it in more places. And this will give that shadowing effect between some of those twigs that we just created. Again, working the same motions. We want to make sure that it gives the essence that this nest is circular. All right. So again, make sure you got some that are kind of jetting off the edges like that. And we'll start to kind of clean up some of that white. That way it's not going to be too open. I think having some white is nice between, just to give the idea of those circular lines like that. But now you can kind of see how those 2 different browns are playing together, giving a light and a dark effect. Okay, so I will go ahead and leave that for now. I'm going to work on filling in the inner part of our nest. So that'll be another dark brown. So I'll grab my Payne's Gray, mix it with the brown again. And I might even grab a little bit of my burnt sienna just to warm up the brown a little bit. All right, so again, getting my brush nice and wet inside this nest part. I'm not gonna worry so much about showing individual lines and circular motions. I'm really just going to fill it in, and we want it to be nice and dark because it is set down into the nest, and that'll give it its nice 3D effect. All right, so again, just filling that in. This is just a nice, light, quick painting illustration for this greeting card. If you're wondering on the exact supplies that I'm using for today's tutorial, I'll also leave those down below in the description of this video. I have my Amazon storefront has all the supplies that I love to use for my watercolor paintings. So if you're curious, I will leave a link to that store and you can browse and see what supplies that maybe you have or don't have that I also am using. Okay, great. So now you can see this nice contrast of the light area where the light meets the dark part of the inner part of our nest. Okay. Feel free to use a little bit of that excess dark paint to go back where maybe the nest has already dried and add in some more depth, breaking up some of that light flat area of the nest. Something like that. You can even add little green hints of like leaves or moss that might have made its way into the nest as the bird was building it. Have fun with this. So I'm just going to now move into painting those beautiful little eggs. And you could have fun with this. You could make them pink, blue, yellow. This is an Easter card, so it doesn't need to be a realistic painting of a bird's nest if you don't want it to be. Here I have just a medium light blue color. I'm going to try really hard to just make one egg that beautiful robin blue color like this. So fill in that entire egg. Careful not to touch anywhere that might be still really wet from painting the nest. So again, I'm just going to start to paint in that blue like so. And then while that's still wet, I'm going to add a little bit of depth to that egg. So I'll grab, I have over here some of my Payne's Gray. I'm going to mix it with that same light blue I was just using. And I'm going to drop it just on the lower half of the egg. And that will help it kind of look a little more dimensional and leaving the top light and bright like so. You can even use your brush to help lift some of that paint off that blue egg. Okay. Let's go ahead and make the other egg pink. Here I just have one of the permanent rose colors. Again, these are all by Winsor and Newton Cotman set. So your colors might turn out a little bit different than mine. Here, I'm going to put that one here. All right, so that's pretty pink. I might add a little yellow to that just to warm that more on the orangey side. All right. Fill that one in like so. All right, and lift some of the paint off the top if it just gets to be one flat color. That way it gives it a little more life. Again, I'm going to grab some of my pink, maybe mix it with a little bit of my alizarin crimson red I have on here, even with a little bit of that blue that we had. And that's going to give a nice kind of deeper, darker magenta color just to add to the bottom part of that egg. All right, one more egg in the background. I think I'll make that one yellow. Here I have just a nice golden yellow. I'm running out of place or spots to color mix right on my palette here. So I'll just use every little nook and cranny of my Sketchers box. And when I'm done painting this, I can just take this box, I can run it under water and then just dry it up with a paper towel and it'll get rid of all that paint that maybe I don't want to keep in there. Okay, so to darken some of those shadowed areas, I'm just going to grab some yellow ochre and drop it in towards the bottom. I'll get rid of some of that looked like it was getting to be too dark. Something like that. I don't mind if the colors are mixing and playing with each other because this is supposed to be a fun, lighthearted painting. So next, all I'm going to do is work on putting in the Happy Easter. I could go ahead and use my brush for this, but I'm actually going to have fun and try a little bit of a mixed media and use one of my grabby brush tip. They're actually an acrylic marker. I'm going to start with the lighter marker and see if I like that. So like I said, they have a nice pointed brush to them. They're the same brush tip on each side, but they just have different colors. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with a little bit of a darker one. So I'm just gonna grab this one. I really have enjoyed playing around with these markers. And because my outline's a little bit darker, I'll be able to draw right over top those outlines, like so. And again, if I don't like it, I can just run another color right over top. Okay, there's that one. Now I'm going to go a little bit darker for the Easter part. I also have this one that's brighter, but I think I'll stick with the darker one. All right, I just feel like I have a little bit more control over using a brush pen like this. The tip to this brush is maybe not as good as I wish it was, but if I just press with real light pressure, that's all I need to be able to do here. Just like that. Okay, so last but not least, now that I've let my eggs dry, I'm going to go back through and just add some fun little speckles to them. So back to my brushes, I'll use my smaller brush, my size 4. And I am going to mix up a darker blue color. So here I have my Payne's Gray. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of my other blue I have in my palette here. I also have an ultramarine blue, and that might be fun too. Let's just throw a little more ultramarine into there. All right, dabbing my paper towel. And just going to do fun little spots that can be all different. So there's the blue one. Let's do it to our pink one. So I'm just going to pick up more of that pink, maybe mix it with a little bit of our red color. And let's just throw a little bit of that blue. So now I have more of that magenta purpley color. So then I know it's going to stand out really nicely. So something like that. All right. And if you wanted to, just use a little bit more of that pinky purple towards the bottom of your egg to help darken that part. And our egg in the back, again, just mixing up a little bit of the yellow ochre with our other medium colored yellow here, and going to add some of those spots with this wet on dry technique. So these spots are going to stay put. All right, great. So if you need to, grab some more yellow ochre to help just kind of darken the lower half of our eggs. And there we have it. There is our really easy, fun, simple tutorial for an Easter greeting card. Again, if you would like access to this printable outline, so all you need to do is just print it out, and then you can just get started painting right away. I'll have a link to Windswept Watercolor Club below. Hope you'll join us. Every month I release brand new tutorials, and you'll always have access to the previous month tutorials. This month inside of the club, we're also painting 2 really fun and beautiful spring watercolor tutorials. I would love to paint along with you every single month. I will leave a link for the club down below.